Welcome back to another episode of Talking Sports with your boy DP. And it's your boy DP here with your man. And we finna talk about the NFL playoffs. Yeah, it's wild card weekend, baby. So we gonna get into it. We gonna talk about these playoff teams in the NFL. You know, I usually don't do this. So what I will tell you, I'm gonna give you some of these picks. But I don't recommend you put your money on my opinion. Feel me, far as the NFL, for the simple fact, these guys are professionals. All these guys are pro athletes. So any given Sunday, Saturday, whatever day they play or night they play, they might decide to ball or they might decide to take it easy because they gonna get paid regardless. So, and all these guys, like I just said, are professional athletes. So they all at a particular level where, there's some elite players and superstars, and then, you got the rest of the NFL, but still, they still good players. They made it to one of the best leagues in the world. If we want to be honest, feel me? NFL, when it comes to football, it's the upper echelon of, you feel me? It's the cream of the crop. That's what I'm trying to say. But with that being said, we're going to get into the first game I'm going to talk about. We got the Houston Texans going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. Houston, Texas finished the season 10-7, and the Los Angeles Chargers finished the season 11-6. Man, they got the Los Angeles Chargers a 2.5 point favorite. And what I want to say, man, I remember when they was San Diego, dog. I love the San Diego Chargers. A lot of great memories, a lot of great players from that organization. You got LaDainian Tomlinson, you got Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Antonio Gates, man, Sean Marion, a lot of names, man. Even Keenan McCardell got to play for that team. They had some nice runs in the playoffs. Junior Seau, many names, man. Great organization. Sad they had to leave San Diego, but hey, tomato. LA got two teams in the NFL. They balled. But man, I'm kind of biased in this game, to be honest with you. Cause feel me, I support that boy CJ Stroud. His rookie season, he was balling. Second season, you feel me, it ain't look like the rookie season, but hey, each rookie have a rookie slump here and there. But I wouldn't necessarily call it a slump because he still did his job good enough to get his team to the playoffs. Now, I'm gonna break down the teams as much as I can, as much as my knowledge that I know, you feel me, from the notes and the facts that I found and looked up, you feel me, from each squad, you feel me. Because me personally, as far as the NFL, when I was growing up, my favorite team was the Eagles. But I started watching the NFL probably about 5 years. I just recently got back into watching the NFL. So now the teams I root for, I'm a Florida boy. So I root for all three of the teams in Florida. I root for the Buccaneers, I root for the Dolphins, and I cheer for the Jaguars. But let's get back into this game, man. The Texans versus the Chargers, man. The Texans, as of now, they got a 22nd ranked offense. And the Texans is also the better running team in this game. They average more yards per rush, and they got 1,000-yard rusher. Even though Dobbins, you feel me, he's close to 1,000 yards. He's a 900-yard rusher. But the Chargers running game is not the main factor when it comes to the Chargers. The Chargers like to sling that rock. They like to pass that thing. They like to use Justin Herbert's arm and move that thing around. You feel me? They got the I want to say his name is Quentin Johnston, the wide receiver from TCU. You feel me? The rookie. He been doing this thing. I ain't no rookie. I want to say he been in the league 2 years now. So he been doing this thing out there, making big plays. And I also want to say the last three, they on the 3-game win streak. The Los Angeles Chargers. I want to say San Diego so bad, but the Los Angeles Chargers on the 3-game win streak. And in each of those games, they scored 34 plus points. So they coming in this playoff game hot. And a streaky team can do some damage. And also, the Chargers defense are number one when it comes to points allowed. They only allowing 17.7 points a game. The Chargers defense is also getting after it. They got a nice group of rushers, you feel me? They got some vets on that line. They got Joey Bosa, they got Khalil Mack, and many other guys on that defensive line ready to cause havoc and wreak havoc to get this Chargers W. But I also want to talk a little bit more about the Texans, you feel me? I don't want to just leave them boys out before I get my pick at the end of my soliloquy. We'll say it like that. But the Texans on the season, they average 112 rushing yards per game, 4.4 yards per rush. And they got the 5th ranked defense. The Texans are 4th in sacks with 49 on the year. And they have 19 INTs, good for second in the NFL. So the Texans can turn over that ball. Derek Stingley Jr., one of the top cornerbacks in the league, was really holding it down on one side of the field out there. So can the Texans do enough to get this W? Hey, they have the defense to get it done. But what I will say, when it comes to the NFL, the playoff football, it's a whole different level of ball. It's a whole different season, if we want to be honest. It's really, you feel me? You gotta bring your kahunas, man. You gotta bring your macho Randy Savage, you feel me? You gotta come out there and be tough, you feel me? It's gonna be the team who can run the ball the best and play the best defense, especially in the NFL, and the coaching staff who can draw up the best schemes and come up with the best game plan to execute and win these games, because all the guys professionals, like I said. But I don't know if I mentioned, but I think I just told y'all, the Texans, they good at forcing turnovers, man. So LA, I know y'all like to throw that ball around the yard, but you gotta be careful because Texas can be stingy sometimes. And I also got to give the Texans defense a little bit more credit. Also, Coach D'Amico Ryans, he really got them defense out there playing aggressive and hungry, only allowing running backs 3.9 yards per carry. But with all that being said, Chargers also have the 20th ranked offense in the league, and they tied third in forcing turnovers in the league. They got Chargers a 2.5-point favorite. I'm a fan of CJ Stroud, but I'm leaning towards the Chargers. I feel like Justin Herbert, he really needs this W on his resume. I done seen a few times where he done been knocked out of the playoffs in the first round. Especially I remember the most embarrassing time when they was up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Jaguars managed to sneak up out of there with a W in the wild card round. I can't think of what year. Maybe it was a year or two ago when that happened. Yeah, 2 years ago definitely when that happened, because Jacksonville Jaguars wasn't in the playoffs last year. But yeah, man, the team I'm gonna rock with, I guess I'm gonna pick the Chargers in this game to move on to the divisional round. And with that being said, CJ Stroud, maybe next year, you feel me, you come out here, get your first playoff win, but I don't think you're gonna get your first one this year. But who knows, you might go out there and make a believer out of me, prove me wrong, and the rest of the doubters wrong, you feel me? But until then, Chargers for the win. So, get a little water break before I move on to the next game, you feel me? We got the Baltimore Ravens, 12-5 on the season, going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shout out to Truck and Chug, you know, my boy Truck and Chug, favorite team, Mr. Steelers. But it's looking ugly for y'all in this one, my boy. I'm sad to say, I gotta let you know. But the Ravens coming in this game a 9.5-point favorite. And the Ravens, these boys are dangerous this season. But I want to first start off by saying, when I talk about the Ravens, please do not do what you guys did last year in the playoffs. Don't leave your fucking run game at the house. Please bring your run game with you. Please run the football, Baltimore. You got Derrick Henry now, and you got Lamar Jackson. Run the ball. Lamar, you don't have nothing to prove to nobody. You one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You are him. You are definitely legit. You don't got nothing to prove to nobody. All you got to do is let Derrick Henry get you there. Put it on his shoulders. Let him get you to the dance, my guy. Let Derrick Henry tote that rock. Run over people, stiff arm people, get them hard fought yards, because this is the playoffs. The playoffs, man, it's who want it more. Are you willing to tackle Derrick Henry 4 quarters in a football game? And then you got to deal with the elusiveness of Lamar Jackson also. So I don't know if the Steelers are ready for that. Plus, the Steelers, as of now, have 14 players, including Cameron Harris, questionable or on injured reserve. So the Steelers are limping in this game already. They already walking in the crutches, wheelchairs, stretchers, and everything coming into this ball game. So Use Derrick Henry. Go ahead and get to the divisional round. Don't play around with this bull, guys. Don't even much, because I don't even know if the Steelers are going to be capable to compete in this game. They are one of the worst teams on first downs. And let me see. Let me get this correct. I don't want to feel me overstep my boundaries over time. Yeah, they are one of the worst first down offenses in the league. I want to say they're 31st ranked. Down there at the bottom. So the offense ain't being quite productive. And the Steelers also need George Pickens to catch the ball. NBA young boy. You gotta catch the ball, young man. George Pickens has had 59 receptions on 103 targets. That's stank. Cause you compare that to a guy like Justin Jefferson. I want to say he got 109 targets and he got 103 receptions. You feel me? That's sure-handed. So you see the difference of what I'm saying. George Pickens, you got to tighten up, man. You're in the NFL. When you able to make plays, you make plays. But you got to be more consistent, my guy. And what I will give credit for on the Steelers, though, is Steelers defense, though. They kind of stingy. They second in turnovers, you feel me, in the NFL. So they be able to take away that ball and create turnovers, man. And I also got to say, man, they got to let TJ Watt eat, man. You got to let TJ Watt get active. But I don't know how active he can be when you got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson on the other side of the ball doing what they do and doing what they can do. It's going to be real tiring. I mean, y'all already depleted. So I really got no faith for the Steelers. Sorry, my boy Chubb, but the Steelers, they gonna need a miracle to win this game. You can try to put Justin Fields in there if you want to. You can try to hope Russell Wilson can be his old playoff self, which it ain't been looking like that throughout the season. But yeah, man, the Steelers, it ain't looking good for y'all, man. Like, the Ravens, they got the first ranked offense. They got the 7th ranked passing offense. They got the 1st ranked rushing offense. They got the 10th ranked defense. And they second in the league in sacks. And Kyle Van Noy having a heck of a year. He got 41 tackles on the season, 12.5 sacks, and 14 tackles for loss. Only thing I will say, Zay Flowers and Kyle Hamilton, they questionable. They might not be able to play in this game. They might be out. You never know. They might try to suck it up, take one of them shots, go out there, give it a go. But if they are missing, don't be surprised. But that don't matter, because you got Lamar Jackson and you got Derrick Henry. Let King Henry run the ball. Let King Henry rumble. Nobody want to tackle that for 4 quarters. I promise you nobody don't. Do not make the mistake what y'all did last year and don't run the football in the playoffs. Run this rock. And with that being said, if you're from my soliloquy, you already see that I'm going with the Ravens. And I feel like it's going to be a closer game because this is a rivalry game nonetheless. When I think of the Steelers and the Ravens, I think of defense and I think of hitting. I'll never forget the game. I don't remember the year, but it was a playoff game a long time ago. Before it was one of the games that was really the NFL started the targeting rule, because those guys was laying each other out. Hines Ward was crack back blocking everybody. The Steelers, the Ravens defense was laying that wood, hitting everybody, putting people to sleep. Like, it was just a vicious, ferocious game. That's probably one of the games that made the league do the targeting rule and all that other stuff. Cause around that time, it was in the I want to say it was around 2011, whatever year that the Steelers went to the Super Bowl and played the Cardinals. I can't remember the exact year, but it was that playoff game when the Ravens played the Steelers. Those guys was laying that wood. It was crazy. It was vicious. So I'm gonna move on. Oh yeah, I'm picking the Ravens. If I ain't said, Ravens for the win. And like I say, I don't know if the Ravens are gonna cover. But let's move on, man, to another game that people are saying could possibly have upset potential. But I wouldn't give my hopes up on that. I'm gonna take a little sip of water, then I'm gonna get into it. We got the Buffalo Bills 13-4 on the season, going up against the Denver Broncos, 10-7 on the season. They got the Buffalo Bills, an 8-point favorite in this game. Now, what I will say, this game is going to be interesting just because the Broncos defense is feisty. They got some gangsters on that defense now. We got Patrick Surtain, Mr. Lockdown. He taking away one side of the field. People comparing him to Darrelle Revis already. Hey, the young man from Florida, the young man with the American heritage, you feel me? So they got dogs coming up from that school every year. So I'm not surprised. Patrick Surtain is the truth. And I want to say, let's see here. The Broncos are 11th in forced turnovers this season. They got a 7th ranked defense, and they're first in sacks with 63 on the year. They gotta let their D-line get active, man. They gotta let their D-line get active. You got 3 players with 8 sacks or more. You got 2 players with 10 sacks or more. Nick Bonito, standout linebacker, is a dog. Really a pass rush linebacker. 48 tackles on the season, 13.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and an INT. The man is a dog. But you're going up against playoff Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the truth, man. And as good as the Denver Broncos blitz, Josh Allen just might be even better against the blitz. Josh Allen is 16 touchdowns to 1 interception when going against the blitz. That's cold. Josh Allen is also in the playoff MVP race against Lamar Jackson, which I wouldn't mind to give it to my boy Lamar for the 3rd time. Maybe they're going to wait to see how these guys perform in this playoffs to see what happens. But really, I don't think it's that fair. But if I'm Lamar Jackson, I wouldn't even be too worried about winning the MVP this season, because you need to depend on Derrick Henry to get you to the promised land this season. Because this game right here, more than likely, the Bills are going to need Josh Allen to do Josh Allen things and go out there and have a crazy game, a legendary game, and be the playoff Josh Allen that we know. Because when Josh Allen get in the playoffs, don't nothing stop him other than that 15 that's in Kansas City. But besides that, ain't too much stopping Josh Allen, because he go do what it do when it's playoff time. But the Bills, they got a 10th ranked offense. They got the 9th ranked passing offense, and they got the 9th ranked rushing offense. Yeah, James Cook been toting that rock. He's a 1,000-yard rusher, and he can catch out the backfield. One thing I also want to say about the Bills, man, I wouldn't necessarily say they got a go-to guy this year, but everybody getting involved. They got multiple receivers with 300, 400, 500 yards on the season. Everybody's getting chances to touch that rock. You even got running backs and tight ends getting involved in the passing game. So they're not stingy when it comes to their receivers and tight ends and running backs getting involved. Josh Allen is feeding everybody. He's getting everybody involved out there on the field, and I ain't mad at that. And the Bills are also first in creating turnovers, though. So the Bills defense ain't no slouch neither. So you got a more balanced team going up against a real impressive Bo Nix this season, I must say. Bo Nix has been having a hell of a rookie season. I gotta give him credit. But you're going up against playoff Josh. And I gotta give credit to Josh Allen, man. The man can do it both. He can throw the ball, he can use his legs, and he's a winner, he's a gamer. He's the quarterback you want to have on your team in the playoffs, coming from the University of Wyoming. Crazy. And the Bills offense have put up 24 plus points in 10 straight games. They getting the job done on offense, man. And they only allowed 14 sacks on the season. Good for first in the NFL. But yeah, man. Basically, from my soliloquy again, you already know who I'm picking in this game. I'm going with the 8-point favorite, the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen is finna get it done. I told you the only thing really can stop Josh Allen is that 1-5 in Kansas City. That's the only thing been in his way year after year. That's the only thing that's been in Lamar Jackson's way year after year. So, picking the Bills, and I'm gonna pick the Bills to cover also. I feel like the Bills gonna be able to get it done. I'm gonna pick the Bills to cover. And we gonna talk about the next games, you feel me? All the first games I just talked about, that's the AFC. Now we're going to get into the NFC because I think the AFC play first. I think the AFC games are going to be on, most of them going to be on Saturday, leading into Sunday, and so on and so forth. But here we go. We got the Minnesota Vikings coming in this game, 14-3, 2.5-point favorite, going up against the Los Angeles Rams, 10-7. Now, the Rams are the home field team. They got the home field advantage. But will that help them? I don't know. Because they're going to need a different version of Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford has not been the same version of himself. He's been the shell of himself. And I think the age is finally starting to catch up to him. This season, Matthew Stafford has a QBR of 64.9. That's not good. That's bad, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know. You feel me? Now, mind you, the stats, they look okay, but they ain't the Matthew Stafford that we used to seeing. And then he's going up against Vikings secondary that is very stingy, created the most INTs in this season with 24 INTs as a team. So the Vikings are the best in the business when it comes to picking that ball off and taking the ball away. And sometimes Matthew Stafford has been a little gifting this season. You feel me? You don't throw some picks and he'll turn it over. He's not been looking as good as he usually be. Then the Rams, they got the 15th ranked offense. But what's crazy about that, they got the lowest scoring offense of any playoff team this season. So I don't know what to say. And they got the 24th ranked rushing offense. 10th ranked passing offense, though. They get a lot of guys involved. You feel me? But they're going to need Cooper Kupp to step up. Kyle Williams, I know he's going to be able to run that rock. Maybe. Because like I say, the Vikings, they've been looking pretty good this season. Sam Darnold has basically reincarnated his career. He's been having a hell of a season, getting Justin Jefferson involved and Jordan Addison. Those guys been having a decent, I ain't gonna say a decent, because Justin Jefferson down there playing MVP level. And Addison, he been playing a hell of a football, if he's helping his boy out. But the Vikings, they got the 12th ranked offense, the 6th ranked passing offense, and the 19th ranked rushing offense. And the Vikings in this game, I also feel like they have a better D. They're 4th in sacks this year. And they tied 3rd in turnovers, you feel me? So, I gotta trust Aaron Jones too, man. I like Aaron Jones in the backfield for the Vikings. Aaron Jones is a hell of a runner, and I feel like he gonna turn it up a notch in playoff time. Cause you wanna do something big, man. You wanna do something great. And that guy, Justin Jefferson, man, I don't see him torch a lot of people. And they got Sam Darnold coming around. And one thing I want to say about Sam Darnold, man, a lot of I feel like they're giving up on a lot of these quarterbacks a little too soon, man. The NFL, it's a whole different level than college, man. Everybody's good in the NFL for the most part. So you got to take your time and develop some of these quarterbacks that might not be ready that first season or second season. You got to adjust to the game speed. You got to adjust to the game flow. But with that being said, I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings. They got this game kind of close, but I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings to cover, man. They got an explosive offense. I feel like they can win by more than 2.5 points, dog. So shout out to the Vikings. Way to move on to the next round. And now the next game we're going to talk about, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks, or Buccaneers, if I want to say the whole name. 10-7 on the season, going up against the 12-5 Washington Commanders. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers is a 3-point favorite. And what I must say, man, I remember the times when they were the Washington Commanders were the Washington Redskins, dog. I remember those days. But they're the Commanders now, so it took me a long time to get used to saying the Commanders. Because before they were the Commanders, they were just the Washington football team, which was weird. But, I'm rooting for the Bucs, man. I'm going ahead and tell y'all from the jump. No matter how good the Commanders look, because the Commanders, they got a pretty good team this year, man. Jaden Daniels been doing this thing. But I'm going to pick the Buccaneers because I'm a homer, man. I'm a Florida boy. I'm rocking with the Florida teams. So shout out to Baker Mayfield for coming and being a true franchise quarterback and reincarnating his career in Tampa. Doing his thing in Tampa, Florida. We got Baker Mayfield on the season with 4,500 passing yards, 41 passing touchdowns, and 16 INTs. The 16 INTs I don't like, but he's slinging that rock up, giving his players a chance to make a play, and I ain't mad at that. Because you got Mike Evans, I want to say, he got 11 straight seasons with over 1,000 yards receiving. What a player. Doing this thing. I also gotta say Baker Mayfield is doing this thing with his feet a little bit also, with 60 carries, 378 rushing yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. But Tampa really impressed me, man, and they found a diamond with Bucky Irvin in the backfield, man. Bucky Irvin been running that rock, man. He's a rookie and 1,000-yard rusher. Way to go. And like a couple of guys said on the NFL Network, man, he reminds me a lot of Warrick Dunn, man. I like to see it, man. He's real quick, real fast. Cut up a storm, you feel me? Cut on the dime. Like, it's beautiful. But one thing I gotta say, man, a key matchup for this game is gonna be Mike Evans versus Marshawn Lattimore. These guys be going at it every time they see each other. They be damn near a fight. But I feel like Mike Evans, you got something to prove in this game, man. You gotta prove yourself, right? You can't let him get into your head and throw you off your ball game. You feel me? With all the physical fighting and stuff like that, because these guys have matched up 13 times, and out of the 13 times, Mike Evans have averaged 3 or less catches or 50 or less yards in each of these matchups. So I gotta give the upper hand to Marshawn Lattimore. He's been doing his job when it comes to getting Mike Evans off his game. So Mike Evans, I tell you what, go cool, calm, and collect, and let your game do the talking. And that'll be a big help for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this game. I feel like it's going to be a shootout. Because Jaden Daniels, the young man of truth, man. Jaden Daniels on the season with 3,568 yards, 25 passing touchdowns, and 9 INTs. And he's the team leading rusher with 148 carries, 891 rushing yards, and 6 rushing TDs. Rookie of the year, man. You got to give it to him. Jaden Daniels came in here and turned his organization around. And I know he's going to be looking for scary Terry McLaurin. I know he is. You got to. Because your running backs, they running back. But the Commanders are 7th ranked in offense. They got the 3rd ranked rushing offense. And they got the 13th ranked run defense, man. Well, they got 13th ranked defense in general. You feel me? Just to say it that way. And they 15th in turnovers. So they middle of the road in some stuff. But they're a pretty good team nonetheless. But what I will say for Tampa's offense is very explosive. Tampa got the 3rd ranked offense. And they got the 3rd ranked passing offense. But defense is kind of iffy, man. They got a few injuries in the secondary. They got the 18th ranked total defense. But they 7th in sacks, so they can get to the quarterback. But I would prefer them to play more discipline in this game. And you feel me? Control your gaps and play containment, because Jaden Daniels is more dangerous with his legs than he is with his arm. He can sling that rock now, don't get me wrong, but his legs are more dangerous. And you think you got him in a 3rd and long situation, and he'll break for 15, 20 yards with his legs. So you better play, rush contain, you feel me? Play containment, play discipline, and try not to give up them big plays. And if you get them in 3rd and long, get him off the field, man. Don't let him break for them 15, 20 yards that I know he can do, because the man is elusive. The man is elusive, and the man is very dangerous with that rock in his hand. But like I told you, I'm a homer, so I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this game, dog. And, hey, it's going to be a close game. Well, yeah, it's going to be a close game, but it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I don't know if Tampa going to cover or not. I say they cover, but at the same time, I don't know. This game is going to be a lot of points that I feel like is going to happen. You got 2 good offenses and 2 middle of the road defenses going up against each other. But Tampa for the win. I'm going with Tampa Bay Baker Mayfield in the game. Bucky Irvin, Mike Evans. Go do the damn thing. Go get a W for the state of Florida. Y'all the only ones putting on. I don't know what the hell Jacksonville and Miami got going on. But hey, Tampa, do what it do. Keep doing what it do. And the last game we're going to talk about, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, 14-3 on the season, going up against the Green Bay Packers, 11-6 on the season. They got Philly a 4.5-point favorite, man. Now, there's been a lot of commotion going on about, is Jalen Hurts going to be able to play? Is Jordan Love going to be able to play? I don't know that much about Jalen Hurts. I don't know if he's going to play or not. I've been hearing Jordan Love, he's been seen at practice. I don't know if he's been full go or not, but he's also questionable in this game. So if these 2 teams come in this game without their starting quarterbacks, I'm definitely going to get a win to Philly. Because let's be honest, man, Green Bay, they are a good team, they're a good organization, but Philly just built different, man. They got the trench bullies. The offensive line helped Saquon Barkley get to about 2,000 yards rushing this season. He could have got the record, but the coaches ain't feel me, let him do what he do and break the record. He should have, put him out there and let him do the damn thing. But hey, I guess they hating on my boy. I grew up an Eagles fan though, and I can take it back. Like I was when it was with Nab, Staley, Lito Shepherd, all them guys, man. When T.O. came to the party, Jeremy Malcolm, yeah, man, I was a big Eagles fan growing up. Now, you feel me, I cheer from afar, but I'm really root for all the Florida teams, if we're being honest. But the Eagles, they got the 8th ranked offense, man. They got the 2nd ranked run offense. Nobody's surprised they ain't the 1st ranked run offense. But hey, man, it is what it is. And they got the 1st ranked defense, man. They 16th in sacks and they 4th in turnovers, dog. The Eagles, listen, I don't know if Jalen Hurts gonna be able to play, but with all due respect, run the hell out of Saquon Barkley, man. Get this man the rock, man. You ain't let him get the record, so let him break some kind of playoff record. Let him run this fucking ball until the fucking pigskin come out that motherfucker. Excuse my French, but I gotta be frank like that. Run the ball. And honestly, too, they gotta respect the receivers that you have. You got Skinny Batman, Devontae Smith, and you got A.J. Brown. Can't nobody cover this man one-on-one. So even if the backup quarterback gotta play, put him in good positions to make it easy for him by running the freak out this ball. You got the offensive line to do it. You got the best defense in the NFL. Take care of business. But I'm still going to talk about the Packers a little bit because y'all already know I'm going with this one. But the Packers, they got the 5th ranked offense, man. But I don't know if Jordan Love going to be out there, and I don't know how healthy Jordan Love going to be. And they got the 2nd ranked passing offense. They got the 8th ranked in sacks with 45 on the season, and they 3rd and 4th in turnovers on the season, man. But what I will say, the Packers still got Josh Jacobs. And Josh Jacobs ain't no slouch neither. He can run the ball just as good as Saquon Barkley can run the ball. I feel like this game is going to be who is the tougher team. Really, playoff football is who is the tougher team. Who is more healthy, who is more in shape, who is going to give that extra inch, that extra fight to get the job done. because everybody's tired, everybody's wore out. It's been an 18 game season, so we gonna see. But I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles, man. You feel me? A lot of people trying to trick me to pick the Packers. I'm not picking the Packers, man. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. 4.5 point favorite. I think they'll cover that also. Give Saquon Barkley the ball. Let him do his thing. Hurdle over people backwards and jump. Do a flip, cartwheel, and all that. Let him do his thing. Let Saquon Barkley go out there and be the truth. And yeah, man, that's it. You feel me? That's my NFL picks, man. I wouldn't recommend y'all, you feel me, pick because I said this. But if you want to take heed to any of the information that I just gave you, y'all can do that. But still, pick the team on your parlays or whatever to your liking and to what you know the best or what you feel like you feel me, to your feeling. Don't just go off what I say. You feel me? I could be wrong. I'm human too. But with that being said, you feel me? Like, share, subscribe, you feel me? It's all about the you. It's an NFL show, and I'm still gonna support them Canes, you dig? But you know, the kid DP is out, baby.